What's up? It's the Jersey Jaguar, back at you with another video. And today it's not going to be a how-to video, but it's going to be a full ranking video. And we're going to be ranking each team's uniform rotation from the 2022 MLB season. Now the season just ended and we're ready into the postseason, so this is a good time to look back at the season as a whole. Now guys, a few things to keep in mind is we're doing the uniforms, not just the jerseys. So that means hat, uniform, and pants. And we're looking at the team's full rotation of uniforms that they wore in the 2022 season, not just a single uniform, meaning home, away, alternate, etc. Now guys, I'm going to be breaking this down into 4 categories, starting with numbers 30 to 26. Third category we're going to do is going to be from 25 to 21. Second is going to be from 20 to 11. And the top category is going to be the top 10. Now guys, if your team doesn't make the top of the list, that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't like the team or don't want to see them succeed, or I don't like the fan base. All it means is that for 2022, their uniform rotation didn't match up to the teams that are on the top of the list. Now guys, some teams had better rotations last year, the year before, etc. And some teams have better rotations this year. Some teams added patches, some teams made minor tweaks, some teams added a throwback, some teams changed the font, etc. We're going to be looking at all those things now. And let's get started with the first group. Now we're going to start with the lowest category, and I call this you need a makeover category. So numbers 30 to 26, you guys need too many changes. You might as well just start from scratch with a new look. Let's get to it. And starting at number 30, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now their City Connect did grow on me. However, the rest of the uniforms look like they took a bunch of ideas, some from the past, some possibly from the future, some they just came up with, threw it in a blender, and came out with the garbage that they have. You need to change. And at number 29, we have the Cleveland Guardians. Now guys, the name is generic. They could have done something better. The logo is generic. They used 2 basic colors. They did not do it justice. They're boring. They need a new look. And at number 28, we have the Miami Marlins. It looks like they started a race. They were doing good. They got a flat tire. They crashed. They burned. And they got these uniforms. They should change the colors a little bit. Redo the logos. I don't know. Try something different. The City Connect is cool. I'll give them that. But you guys need a new look. And at number 27, we have the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Now their City Connect definitely grew on me. However, the rest of the rotation is boring. They had it for a while. You need a change. You're called the Angels. You can do something really cool. Do it. And then number 26, we have the Colorado Rockies. Now, I don't know how you mess up purple. If you guys know me, I'm borderline obsessed with the color purple, but they don't do it justice. Their City Connect is awesome. In fact, actually towards the top of the list in City Connects. However, the rest of the uniforms need a huge overhaul. Do purple a favor. Make it a good uniform. Let's see it. All right, in category 3, we have numbers 25 to 21. Now, these 5 teams aren't necessarily horrible. However, they do need to make some changes on what they have in order to look good. And at 25, we have the Washington Nationals. Now, they do probably have the best, if not top 3, City Connect uniforms. The rest of the uniforms are bland. Cool colors. They got a lot they could work with. Let's see something a little bit different with your uniforms. And at number 24, with a whopping 7 uniforms they wore this season, are the San Francisco Giants. Now, out of those 7, the only one that really wowed me was the San Francisco Sea Lions Turn Back the Clock. The rest of them just aren't that special. Besides the fact they have orange, black, and cream as their color scheme, they could have done a lot with it. Now, their Hispanic Heritage jersey was pretty cool. I like it. But besides that, nothing special. And again, guys, they do have, in my opinion, one of the worst City Connects, if not the worst City Connect. And next at number 23, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, none of their jerseys are overly powerful, except for that Turn Back the Clock that they brought back from the 1998 until 2001 season. Beautiful, sublimated tool on the front with that Manta Ray logo. And honestly, for the rest of the jerseys, the thing that does have them higher than they should be is that Manta Ray logo that they have on the sleeve and on some of the hats that they wore this season. And at number 22 are the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Cincinnati Reds did have 4 uniforms they wore this season, the 4th one being the Field of Dreams game. Now, if you guys want to see what I ranked each of the Field of Dreams jerseys from the last 2 seasons, I'll put a link in the description. Now, guys, the Cincinnati Reds have one of the best alternates in baseball with that bright red and that huge Reds logo word mark in the front. However, their home and away are underwhelming. Personally, I think it'd be cool if they brought back the pullovers. And at 21, we have the New York Mets. Now, they are just a hair better than the Reds. Honestly, what saves them, just like the Reds, is one of their alternates. However, the Mets do have 2 alternates. That black one's awesome. Let's see more of it. All right, and we have the next tier, and that's going to be numbers 20 until 11. Now, some of the teams that ranked higher in this category, I could actually see in the top 10. If you put them in the top 10, I'm not going to argue with you. Now, guys, this category was probably the hardest for me to choose because a lot of these teams are really close in my eyes on where they rank. And at number 20, we have the Seattle Mariners. Now, they have 5 uniforms in the rotation. None of them really look bad. However, none of them blow me away. I do like the navy a lot. The teal is decent. The rest aren't that bad. And at number 19, we have the Houston Astros. Now, the away gray I really like. However, the rest of the uniforms I'm not really that blown away by. However, none of them are really that terrible. The City Connect is cool as a uniform as a whole. However, the jersey by itself, I don't really like that much. Not bad overall, Houston. At least you didn't cheat this time. And at number 18, we have the Baltimore Orioles. Now, they do look better in black and orange than the Giants, in my opinion. The black is really cool, probably their best one. Their orange is decent, could use a little bit of tweaking. Home and away is classic, not bad. Now, at number 17, we probably have the first sleeper team of this video, and that is the Kansas City Royals. Now, they don't have the biggest following, so I think a lot of people overlook their uniforms. They do have some new ones this year. That powder blue is awesome. It's kind of reminiscent of their older days. Royals clean, home and away is also clean, not bad. And they do have that nice patch that they added on. And pulling through at 16 are the Chicago Cubs. Now, the Chicago Cubs have a absolutely amazing home and away set. Their alternate is decent, but it is bland. It does need a little bit of freshening up. Their City Connect is just bad. Keep in mind that the Chicago Cubs also participated in the Field of Dreams game this year. It wasn't bad. I give it a 7.5 overall. And on my ranking for Field of Dreams jerseys, I'll post a link in the description for those Field of Dreams rankings. And at number 15, we have the San Diego Padres. Now, I will start by saying that away tan is probably my favorite. I love that jersey. The home is so-so. The brown is so-so, but the brown is cool because it is brown and it's a unique color. Now, the City Connect is pretty cool. It has a lot of pizzazz. It grew on me. And they do have some military-themed jerseys for the holidays. Not bad overall, Padres. And next, we have the Boston Red Sox. Clean, cool, classic, straightforward look that they always had. However, that City Connect really brings them down. I do like it though because it's based on the Boston Marathon, so it is directly based to the city, but they should be doing better with that jersey. Now, or uniform, I should say. Now, their patch on the sleeve that they added this season is cool. It does bring them up a little bit. However, the City Connect still draws them back down. And at 13, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. They still have that awesome font that they have had. Their away is awesome. Their home is awesome. Royal blue is absolutely beautiful. Powder blue is pretty cool. And they do have a all red jersey despite being called the Blue Jays, and that is for their Canada Day that they wear. They wore it a few other times this season, and it's cool that they have a jersey, hat, and uniform based on their country. That's nice. And at 12, we had the Detroit Tigers. I love that they still only have 2 jerseys primarily. The away with the navy and the orange just goes so well. The home is still cool. However, that new D that they put on 2018 kind of dropped them down. They have a cool Latin Day or Hispanic Heritage Day jersey with El Tigres. But what really draw them up this year for me is, again, using their Negro League from the Detroit Stars. Awesome jerseys. Number 11, we have the Minnesota Twins. Honestly, I could put these at 10 and not feel bad. The Minnesota Twins are another sleeper team. Home, away looks amazing. They have a couple different alternates. They added gold details in there. You know, they have the TC hats. Honestly, really cool uniforms, really slept on, and they have the powder blue now. Man, I could see these in the top 10 for sure and not feel bad. All right, and here we go to these championship rounds. Now, guys, this is going to be the top 10. So this is going to be jerseys 1 through 10. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a description, slow down a little bit, go in depth of each uniform individually per team. This is going to be the fun rounds. Let's see it. And at number 10, we had the Dodgers. You know, I could have put them at 11 and put the Twins at number 10 and been cool with that. However, I did put the Dodgers because they kept their classic look pretty much unchanged over the years. That away gray looks amazing. And I love that both the away and the home have different color font on the front than it does on the back. Really cool touch. The home, clean, classic, you know, really timeless look. However, their City Connect draws them down. I can have them higher, but that City Connect is just boring. There's so many like limitless ideas that the city of Los Angeles could have done for the Dodgers. Number 10 though, not bad. And at number 9, we do have the Milwaukee Brewers. Now guys, actually they did pretty good this season with the uniforms. Their City Connect is powder blue. It's cool because it has different details of tailgating on the sleeve. It says Brew Crew, which is their moniker, and it kind of reminds me of the Simpsons opening scene, so I like that one a lot. Their home jersey, classic pinstripe look, looks amazing. Away, the gray looks great with the navy and the yellow, and then we have their fullback jersey, which is cream, and it has a baseball, but the stitching is wheat leaves on the baseball, so that's cool. And honestly, one of their alternates is the navy jersey, and it's a two-tone jersey. I love two-tone jerseys, and that navy jersey just looks absolutely beautiful. Milwaukee Brewers at number 9, you guys did a good job. And at number 8, we got another team with multiple uniforms, and that is the Atlanta Braves. Now, what rose them up for me this season is that they wore their throwbacks from the 1970 Hank Aaron days. I mean, who can't like that feather on the sleeve? And it's also reminiscent of Hank Aaron, so well done with those ones. Now, those navy alternates, awesome. The red alternate I like a little bit more than the navy, just because that navy tomahawk looks great on top of that bright red. Home and away, classic. You can't really beat it. If you ask me, great job at number 8. Now, number 7, I have Oakland A's. You know, I had trouble choosing between them and the next team at number 7. However, I did choose the A's. They only have 3 uniforms. But honestly, their home jersey, clean, cool, calm, collected. You don't need any changes on that away. On the home jersey. Saying away, you also don't need changes on the away jersey. Yellow and Kelly green looks awesome all the time, or gold, we should say. And Kelly green and gold looks freaking amazing on their alternate. Probably a top 3 alternate right now in the league, in my opinion. Guys, they took away their yellow alternate. Otherwise, I'd have them even higher, but 3 is good enough for this team. Excellent job, Oakland. You don't need to change anything. And at number 6, we had the Pittsburgh Pirates. Black and gold goes a long way. Now to start off, their home looks amazing. White, black, and gold, come on. You can't really do too much better than that for what they did. Now their away is gray, gold, and black, which in my opinion looks better than the home. One says Pittsburgh, one says Pirates. Absolutely beautiful. Now guys, they have a few different alternates. We're going to start with their basic alternate, and it's a standard black jersey with the yellow P and the pirate on the sleeve. And then you have the traditional gold P hat. That sounded funny. And then we have their two-tone alternate, which for me is another one of the top alternates in the league. And what's even cooler about that is the bandana on the pirate on that two-tone alternate is gold instead of red, so the whole thing blends in. I love two-tone jerseys, you know, guys. And what they did for Clemente Day is they wore those alternates, but they only wore number 21 on the back with no name. And being that's a stylized two-tone font, it made that uniform even cooler for those Clemente Day games. They also do have some military jerseys that they wore. Nice touch, great job, Pittsburgh. And at number 5, we have the Philadelphia Phillies. Now at number 5, they did justice to being number 5. Now on each one of the uniforms, if you guys don't know, they do use chain stitching on the Phillies war mark. So starting with the home jersey, the red pinstripes on the white looks amazing, and then you get a hint of blue in the jersey here and there. It just looks smooth, awesome, primarily white and red. What else more can you ask for on that pinstripe? Well done. Now the away looks almost as good. It's solid gray, no pinstripes, but with that chain stitching in red, really makes it pop. Awesome job. And then we have the fullback, which is cream, royal, and red. Absolutely beautiful jersey. A timeless look that they could keep using and it's not going to get old. And then we have their bright red, vivid alternates. Red on red. It's red chain stitching on a red jersey. Come on. That's awesome. And then we have their late 70s, early 80s away throwbacks that they wear. So they're sky blue with maroon and white racing stripes. Guys, come on, man. That's just awesome. Phillies, you did an excellent job at number 5. And at number 4, we have the biggest sleeper team on the list, and that's the Texas Rangers. Now, this season they added a anniversary patch, and it primarily has a cowboy hat on there, which is so fitting for the Texas Rangers. And guys, each one of these jerseys is absolutely beautiful. Let's start with that home jersey. The home is white with the navy and red outline, and each one of their jerseys has a name and number on the back, no number on the front. But the font that they do use in their word marks and on the name and numbers is stylized, classic for the Rangers, absolutely beautiful. Their away looks just as good as the home. And then now we get to the interesting ones. So they have, just like the Red Sox, they have a away alternate and a home alternate, okay? And then they have a throwback, and then they have another alternate. I'm going to save the best one for last, all right? So the red alternate, everything just goes so smoothly on that. Their blue alternate, I like it because it's a little bit darker than the red, but the red makes it pop, and that font looks awesome in that blue alternate. And then we have the throwback. This is probably the best throwback, or one of the best throwbacks this season. And they wore it for multiple games. Thankfully, it's absolutely beautiful. Extremely, extremely clean look. Primarily white with red and blue here and there. Guys, if you haven't seen them, check them out in a couple video clips from the games. They look awesome. And what I think is probably the top 3 jerseys right now, if not definitely the top 3 alternates, it is their powder blue alternate. Absolutely awesome. Their powder blue hat with the blue brim looks great. Guys, they have the awesome font. The Rangers on the front is in cursive, and it's white with red and blue details, just like the numbers on the back and name. Especially everything's kiss cut. Man, does that look awesome. Excellent, excellent job, Texas Rangers. You guys came in there like an assassin and came out at number 4. Great job. And with only 2 uniforms in their rotation are the New York Yankees. Is there a more iconic team in terms of uniform in baseball? I don't think so. They probably got the best, if not the top 2 best logos in baseball. Now that home pinstripe with the navy stripes and the navy logo on the front, solid navy numbers, absolute masterpiece. And then you got the away that's just as good as the home. White, navy, gray. That gray looks so smooth on that jersey with the navy and the white details. Well done, Yankees. You guys haven't changed it. You don't need to change it. And at number 2, we had the St. Louis Cardinals. If you put them at number 1, I wouldn't give you a hard time. Let's look at these uniforms a little bit more in detail. First, we're going to start off with a gold bat with red Cardinals on there. That's all chain stitched in full detail. Then you put it on an all-white canvas for the home. You have a piece of art. You put it on the gray canvas. You have a slightly darker piece of art. And then we have the cream faux-back, which is the same as the home and away, but they added a red piping on the front of the jersey. Man, does that look classic and vintage. And then we have a powder blue version of that faux-back. So we have a powder blue jersey with red piping, gold bat, red Cardinals chain stitched. Come on, man, what else more can you ask for? The only reason why I had them at number 2 is because as awesome as these uniforms are, they're basically just color swaps of each other. But guess what? Number 2 is still awesome. And if you did put them at number 1, like I said, I want to give you trouble for it. And at number 1, we have the Chicago White Sox to take the win. You know, guys, the reason why I had the White Sox at number 1 is they have 5 uniforms that they work consistently in their rotation, and respectively, each of those uniforms is a top 3 in their categories. For example, that home pinstripe, white with black pinstripes, black and gray details, is a top 3 pinstripe right now. In addition, it's a top 5 home uniform. Now we have the away, which in my opinion is the best away in baseball. Beautiful gray tone that they used. Black Chicago huge script across the front. Black and gray details on the rest of the jersey. You got the SOX on the sleeve. Classic, beautiful away jersey. And then we go to their alternate. Now, guys, this is the best alternate in baseball and probably the most iconic alternate for the last 30 years since they had this version in 1993. You got that sock and the diamond on the sleeve. It's black with gray and white details. Almost every team I've seen in sports looks good in black and gray. In addition, guys, this is a overall top 5 uniform in baseball, regardless if it's the alternate. And then we have their turn back the clock that they wear on Sundays. Now, guys, this is completely than the rest in terms of color scheme and style. This jersey is unique to its own throughout baseball history. You have that panelized hat, you have the stripe, double stripe on the pants, and you have that huge SOX on the front. Absolutely awesome jersey. You even had the 1983 All-Star patch that they wore on the jerseys in 1983. Well done. And then we got the City Connect. Now, guys, for jersey, for City Connect, I'll put them somewhere in the top 3 to 5. But for uniforms as a whole, I probably have them in the top 3, if not the best uniform as a whole for the City Connect. Every review I read for City Connects has the socks somewhere in the top 3. Guys, with each of their uniforms being ranked so high individually and each of them looking so different than the next, I got to put them at number 1, guys. There's just too much variety, too much going on, and they do each uniform justice. Well done, White Sox. All right, that was a lot of information to take in, but we got through it. Guys, if you enjoyed my video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. Also, and more importantly, I'd like to see some of your rankings. If you guys want, put your full 30 rankings in the comments or just put a top 10 or a top 5. How did you think about mine? Did you agree with them? What would you change? Also, guys, if there's a video that you would like to see in the future, leave that in the comments as well. I'll do my best to get it done. I'll see you at the next one.